Yes, people, welcome back to another episode of Real Ball Talk. Hope everyone is blessed and well and had a good weekend. What are you telling me, Jano?
Yeah, man, good man, good. Chilled weekend and all that jazz. Good to be back. I feel like I ain't been back on the show for a while. Starting to think, am I going to be welcomed by the audience and that like I ain't been about? But yeah, no, we're back. Man. We're here, man. So let's get things cracking, man. Hope you boys are good, man.
Yeah, no, all good over here, all good over here. What are you telling me, Jeff?
All good, man. Interesting weekend of football and day of football.
Yeah. Facts. Definitely, man. 100% right on that. People smash their likes. Obviously, first things first. I think we're over 395 subscribers from what I saw, so just 5 away from the magic 400 number that we've been looking to hit. So make sure if we can get that tonight by the end of the week, that'll be amazing. So make sure to share Real Ball Talk around with your friends, family, etc. But yeah, man, big up everyone who's been supporting us since the beginning. Be a nice little milestone for us to get to 400 subscribers for sure, and then looking to get to 500, and then eventually 1,000, hopefully, with everyone's help and support. But yeah, let's get into the weekend's games. I don't know. Where do you think we should start? Should we start with the Arsenal or with the City game? I guess they're kind of interlinked in a way. What do you think?
It makes sense to start with the Arsenal one, then the City, because it kind of plays into each other and how results should have been seen and people missing their chances and that. So I guess that's probably the best place to start.
No, 100%. So yeah, Arsenal went to Everton, played Sean Dyche first game, new manager bounce and all that, and Everton got the dub. And I think it was deserved, to be honest. I think Arsenal didn't create much during the game, apart from like one Nketiah chance that he should have scored or at least got on target. Outside of that, didn't really have anything clear cut. Everton played well. They had chances. They were very physical, played to their strengths, which you don't often see many teams do now in the Prem. Everyone tries to play that the same way, I think, but they actually played to their strengths, which may not be the best on the eye, but contrasting styles are what makes football interesting. So, fair play to them, and they deserve the win. There was a lot of reaction from Arsenal fans after the game. Some saying, the title's done or etc. How are we feeling now? The weekend's done and dusted. Obviously, City lost, so the 5-point gap of a game in hand has been maintained. How you feeling, Jalil? And did you see anything worrying in the game against Everton?
Yeah, of course, man. I think I'll be a liar if I told you sat here and said, yeah, it's all honky dory and all that jazz. Yeah, I'll be lying to you if I'm honest. Look, let's be real. Everton had a game plan, right? And in my opinion, like they equalised on it. The bullying tactic in terms of put everything deep, hold on to Ramsdale, make him want to push you away when the ball comes. As soon as he comes, let him push your shoulder and stuff. One of the defenders or Kevin Lewin or someone will definitely get their head onto it first. And, they did it in the first half. It was scary to see because I thought, you would learn from something like that. Kevin Lewin, man, he played really well, man. Saliba and Gabriel didn't really get a chance, if I'm honest, especially in the area of Jules, man. If you look at the Jules one in that, Kevin Lewin, well, I think he got 100% out of his.
He's a beast there, though. That's his best, by far his best attribute there.
Yeah, no, he's amazing in there. I think that's one of the reasons why we wanted to get him. But I'll be real. That would be one thing that if we were to bring on for the second half, to change up the game last 15. That's someone I would like to bring on. Not him specifically, because when you look at his jewels on the floor, he hasn't really won any. So you kind of see where his strengths are and where he lacks, if that makes sense. And Saliba had him on the ropes. If it was on the floor, ball control. He tried to beat him. Saliba's got you. I think he only beat Saliba once. Gabriel same as well. I know Gabriel tried to get past Gabriel, didn't really work. But yeah, the White players were on job, man. Ben White didn't have the best games, unfortunately. Saka wasn't really helping Ben White, which is a bit sad to see. I mean, he was there a couple of times. And then you can say the same thing for the other wing as well. Martinelli was nowhere to be seen. When every time the ball comes in, it was just Zinchenko by himself. Bennett had what's the guy in the midfield, man? Because of the French player, man.
I just agree. No.
That guy. Huh?
Onana.
No, the other one. What's his name? The tall guy.
Decore,
yeah. Corey, and he was very frightening as well. And if you look at it, Yeah, they played really well, man. They played really well, all of them. I didn't see one bad performance from them, and people look at Arsenal and say, oh man, yeah, defense was shit, and it will be real compared to how we played. That's probably our worst performance this season as a whole. If we're being honest, we lost to City a week ago, and we played, in my opinion, it was only 1-0 as well. We played amazing. We had chances, we had shots. Keeper, we kept him busy and stuff. We lost to Man United 3-1 last year, early in the season, and even in that game we still had showed signs. I think we even scored in that game. Saka got a goal, and Martinelli scored. I think they pulled it back for a foul and whatever it is. But even that game, we showed fight. You got what I'm saying? So we lost the we lost the first half. We were losing to Man United, and then we still came back. So it's not like we concede and then that's it. It's all done. But yesterday did give me the feels that this is the old Arsenal, kind of thing. What's next? What's the second option? And to be fair, we got to give. I mean, I was thinking, yeah, it's old Arsenal, but Arteta still made changes. He showed that Martinelli was just putting his head down and running in a straight line, and it weren't working. But on Trossard looks good. I'm still very excited about the kid. I'll be honest with you, I really like him. Vieira's, who was going on to me, and I'm still indifferent about him. I'll be honest with you. I still really want to see more. I still don't think he's amazing. I feel like we can still do without him. If I'm honest, he's not one who can come in and change the game. Very weak. Maybe needs to put on a bit of weight. I don't know. It just didn't work for us. But yeah, man, you got to big up that. You got to big up Dyche at the end of the day. You got to big up Everton as a whole. They came with a game plan. They said, listen, like Cameroon, you're back. Let's just put the balls in the air and everything. And the guy that got it, the goal for him was one of his best servants for Burnley back in the day, Tom
Tarkowski.
Yeah, Tom Koski, yeah. So, yeah, man. All in all, obviously it was upsetting to see the result. I was like, hey, gaps will be close to 2 points. Spurs got the Spurs up again. You know how it goes in this place. And then smile on my face last night for some reason for Spurs winning. It was a bit weird. It was a bit of a weird feeling inside. I wanted to, throw up for a bit. It was a bit weird. I was happy, but I was like feeling sick at the same time. So yeah, I mean, I think every Arsenal fan was probably going through the same jazz. But yeah, man, it was one of those games, man. But yeah, I wanted to see a bit more from Arsenal, but we didn't see it,
Yeah, man, 100%. I think obviously you're going to lose over the course of a season, so I don't think there's too much room to panic. I think Everton just played better on the day, and I think it's about how Arsenal respond to the defeat. I think City losing helps Arsenal massively in terms of that pressure. Now it's Brentford at home next, and it's how Arsenal respond to that. But Jeff, what did you make of the game?
More like a perfect storm, man. Like your new manager comes in, they had a game plan just to sit deep from early on, and then you saw after like 5 minutes it's going to be hard to break them down. Like very, very difficult. They're very physical in the middle. Like that three of Decore, Onana, and Gay. Yeah, just outworked our midfield, man. Yeah, it happens, man. Like I don't think it's a big cause for concern. Like there's no flashbacks to like the old Arsenal. I don't think like that I saw. It was just one of those games where we just got beat on the day, man. It happens. Like Onana, he was giving us problems, man. Just the legs. Like he was popping up on the left a lot and just burning people. Like because I think once or twice he was burning Ben White out there on that left hand side when he was isolated with him. He's a very, very good talent, man. But yeah, all in all, like I don't think we even did too badly. Like Calvert-Lewin was a problem, but then at the same time he wasn't a problem, if that makes sense. Like he was winning his headers, but it amounts to nothing if you're up there alone. Like you're literally up there alone, so you're winning your headers, and Gabriel or Saliba sometimes letting him win the header because it's not going to amount to anything.
There's
no threat. It's literally what happened. The way they scored is what they were aiming for. Like they had 5 or 6 of those corners where, those like you see what Dwight McNeil was doing. That's an old Burnley routine. Like he's dropping those corners right on the back stick every time. Like that's straight out of the playbook, man. Like, and for the most part, we were dealing with it. But then there's just that one mismatch. Like, you got Tarkowski against Odegaard. Like, it's not gonna work. Like, you're gonna lose that battle. So he did, and obviously they scored. Our response, like, all in all, I thought, we had a lot of the ball, we had a lot of chances. Maybe, well, not a lot of chances. We had maybe 3 or 4 clear-cut ones. Odegaard skied one, Nketiah skied one, Trossard skied one, and then Trossard had one saved. So, like, it wasn't like where we did. I know Saka had one cleared off the line. There was 5. So there were chances. Yeah, it's just one of those games, man. Like, just one cleared off the line and then a bit rash in the finish. That Nketiah did well to spin whoever that defender was. I think it might have been Tarkowski, but then you're just a little bit overexcited with the finish. Like, you didn't need to smash that. If you get on target, you got a chance of scoring.
Yeah,
and even but I think just in terms of that performances, Martinelli wasn't at his best. Just needs to make more inverted runs, like going outfield, going like the dribbling normally works for him, but if it's not working, you need to find another way, because you're gonna get days where he was being doubled up on, like, you can't just run past everybody. It don't work like that all the time. Don't matter how good you are at that unorthodox dribbling. Like, Seamus Coleman had his number for the most part. So when that happens, same way, you see how Saka comes off the line and Ben White gives him that pass, and then he comes in field and he creates his other options. Martinelli has to do the same thing. But yeah, that'll come with time, man. Trossard is a good option. Just like the fact that he can go on both feet. So that when he came on, he poses a different problem. Like, even his chance, for someone who scores quite a lot of goals, you're probably expecting him to do better.
Should be on target.
Yeah, like, he got it on target. No, the first one.
The one you did go on target, that one. Yeah.
Because he's one of those guys. He can hit corners very, very well.
Yes.
So it's just one of those ones you just hit it straight at the keeper. But yeah, it wasn't too bad. Not too much of a cause for concern. I see, like, there was some shots being taken at Jorginho. I don't even understand why. Like, nothing. Like, we were bad before he came on. What were you expecting him to do when he came on? Like, he was just normal. He was just moving the ball around. Like, it was, just unnecessary targeting, I thought.
It's an agenda.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, pretty much. But yeah, all in all, wasn't the best display, of course. But at the same time, man, there's no cause for concern. Less of a cause for concern because we saw what happened the following day. And let's just say this: there's going to be more of these kind of games throughout the season from both teams. Like, I know everyone was drunk on the Arsenal winning, and us being unbeaten in 14. There is a period in the season where we won't win, and there's a period in the season where we already see what City are doing, and they've lost one of their main creators on loan. So it's gonna be a long season, man.
Yeah, no, it's definitely going to be a very, very long season with plenty of twists and turns. And big up Rash in the building. What are you saying, Rash?
What's going on, man? You alright? Yeah.
Yeah, all good. Yeah, we're just speaking of the Arsenal game. Do you know, Jeff just gave their thoughts. What did you make of the game, bro?
Sorry, say that again. Of who?
The Arsenal game. What did you make of the game?
We look a bit tired. First half we was under the cosh. I feel like we didn't deal with the pressure a lot. The amount of times that Partey lost the ball was a bit worrying. We failed to, capitalize on opportunities, and they really had us pinned back. Second half, we came out a little bit better. I think we had more opportunities throughout the whole game. I think we had more possession. I still think we dominated all the statistically, but watching it just looked out of control. It looked wild. It looked like they were short of ideas. moving forward, they was just made the wrong decisions. Couple people missing sitters, and Ketia missed a few as well. Yeah, it wasn't a good performance, but you know what I'm trying to say? It happens, and this is the problem when you're doing well, is that everyone forgets that every team loses, and every team have lost more than 1, 2 games, 3 games, you know, and when it happens to someone who's winning a lot, it's like, oh, my days meltdown, but it wasn't a meltdown when it happened to your club. So it just is what it is. You take that L, you move on, and you try to come back better. But yeah, it wasn't a good performance. It was a scrappy game. Everton deserved it. I'm happy for them. And in a weird way, I'm happy it is them, you know, because of what they've been going through. Dyche, we know what Dyche is about. Brick walls, and then brick walls, and then brick walls. Do you know what I'm trying to say? And when you get your opportunity, like really what they do, they come out fast and try to pepper a goal and then just lock up for the rest of the game, and it worked. That's what he does. Classic. And Arsenal's always had a problem with playing against Dyche. Burnley was a hard place to go to play against them. It was hard to even get a point from them. Yeah, it is what it is. You move on, isn't it? Just move on.
Yeah, no, facts. I think, there was a lot of obviously you lose to the team that's on paper second from bottom. Everyone's gonna panic and go mad. But I think over the course of a season, you're gonna have results like that. You can't play well every single game, and people just I don't even think like anyone was terrible per se. I don't think there was a horrible player on the pitch. Just a lot of very average to poor performances, and Everton just kind of maximized their strengths really. Um, but yeah, like I said, 20 games in, 5-point gap, uh, with a game in hand, and we see what Man City are moving like. They're not moving the same. So we've got them in 2 games time. I don't see any reason why Arsenal can't try and win that game. To be honest, the way City are playing, I don't see any reason why Arsenal at home, as long as they're confident. I think Arsenal get an extra day's rest as well. City are actually playing on the Sunday, and the game's on Wednesday. City play Sunday afternoon. Arsenal play Saturday at like 3 p.m. So we've even got that advantage. So
you know what? We also got a game, if I'm not mistaken. I think we've got a game on a Saturday, then we've got it on a Wednesday, then we've got another game on a Saturday as well. So in the space of a week, maybe it's Sunday. I'll double check, but let me just check just to make sure. But even having said that, that's quite crazy. But I wanted to say one thing as well. What's his name? Mopai, whatever his name is, bro. He's fucking smart. Like Dyche knew what the fuck he was doing. Wind them up. Like, you know, Arsenal fans hate him, but I think he's just very intelligent, bro. And it worked. Whatever he came on to do.
He's just got a little bit of that about him in general, but against Arsenal, it just seems to wind them up even more. And don't get me wrong, some of the stuff he was doing was, if you're a player, it's mad annoying when you're losing. You're obviously
I hate Moore as a player still. I hate his stuff.
We've got Villa away. I can't say that. Villa away on the 18th. So that's 2 days. That's like rest on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Back out again away. Crazy, isn't it?
Well, that's a 12:30 game. Yeah, okay.
We got Brentford first, though, don't we?
Yeah, but that's in a whole week. Three Prem games, bro. That's worrying.
Yeah, 3 tough games.
3 tough games, but hey, you know, you want to be in the title race. This is what it takes.
Okay, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got to remember when we weren't winning immediately after the Invincible, those teams had to try and challenge and play Champions League midweek.
Yeah.
And they were expected to win both. Back then, that's the expectation that we're on Arsenal back then, to win, try and win both. Now it's like I said, but even then, City, like if you're looking at City and you're looking at Arsenal, the way City are playing, the way they're not clicking, and obviously I think the decision to send out Cancelo out and replace him with that youngster who looks like a decent prospect, but to me, it doesn't look like anything more than a decent prospect. Like when he goes in the middle, I don't see anything at all. I just see someone who passes it side to side. I'm like, why are you forcing him in the middle? He's not doing anything. Like, City used to be so strong down the wings when they used to get their fullbacks up. They used to have proper wingers, and they used to get their midfielders across, and they used to create those triangles. But now, City played this over the top, fullbacks inverted, and it's like it's gone on crack for Pep. That's what it seems like to me. And yeah, obviously Haaland yesterday didn't even get a shot off. So
City are going through something, mate. City are
100%.
going.
Yeah, we saw what came out today as well. So that's another.
Yeah.
That's a
I
whole
think
other thing.
I think they knew. I think they knew it was coming. Letters and everything was probably coming. They probably knew what was going on. But I will say this: like, I hate giving credit to Spurs and that, bruv. And you know, I think if you keep Haaland quiet, you do half the job. I say that because as much as he doesn't add value in terms of playing style, he adds value in goals. I believe he's got like I don't know how many goals, 25 goals now, and that's like a percentage of over 50%. Of these goal scorers.
48%.
Okay, cool. So that says a lot.
That's too high for one player.
That's crazy, isn't it?
Too high for one player.
You keep him quiet. That's half the job done in the game. And you got to big up Dyer, who we always slaughter. Luis. You just want to pick up Dyer. I hate you, bro.
No. Think about, but he's bad. Yeah.
No, but you got a bit. I mean, they play very defensive. Obviously, you have to. With a creative team like that and everything. But yeah, man, they did half the job. I think that's something we kind of have to utilize as well for next week Wednesday against them. You know, we tried to use the Holden thing, even though Holden done what he had to do in half the thing, half a game. You know, he's done the job, and it showed. Like, you know, Haaland likes to fight. Holden gave him the fight. You know, hopefully Saliba or Gabriel, whoever's chosen to do that job, does the job and keeps him quiet. And then I think at least if a goal comes, and if you look at it, the goal did come, but it didn't come from Haaland. It came from I believe it was Ake with a right-footed shot, and he's left-footed. You know, he just curled it in. It was a very awkward. Yeah, it is what it is. So I think if we just do that against City, which Spurs did magnificently, and Kane breaking records, the Corey playing well, Holbier playing well. You know, they had a good structure to the game, and yeah, I mean, if you're a Spurs fan, you've got to be happy at the moment, I think.
Yeah, I mean, so what? You say that you would, if you're Arsenal next Wednesday, you would play in that similar style to what Spurs did yesterday?
No. In some ways, yes. In some ways, no. So I wouldn't adopt the three at the back with the wing backs. 100% no. But I think if you're going to do that, you kind of have to play three at the back because then you still need your two defenders doing the job. Now, we saw how it was for when we played in the FA Cup with Holden starting. It worked. Holden got a yellow. If he stayed on for another half, we guaranteed he was getting a red. We see what he done with Son. When we got men more, you know what I mean? Like,
he's definitely getting sent off, bro.
100%. No doubt about it.
No. He was getting sent off, bro. We knew it. And I think we were all a bit shaky towards the end of that half, thinking, if he doesn't make the sub and big on Saliba, then we're in fucking trouble here, son, I tell you. But he done what he had to do. He got the yellow. And then, yeah, we moved. But I think with Saliba, who's a bit more, in my opinion, younger, but smarter in regards to that. We've seen how we do it with Cameron Lewin and stuff, and big strikers and stuff. We've seen them against a few different players, but we haven't really, I mean, in the second half of that game, we didn't really see Saliba versus Haaland, did we? Because Haaland just didn't get into the game too tough. Because as we say, his link-up play ain't really there. But if you give him a chance of a goal, he's banging it. So the adopting style I want to kind of get is just singling Haaland out of the game, which makes it awkward for them. But sometimes you don't need it for interplay. So it's kind of a difficult one there, if that makes sense. But I wouldn't adopt the way they play, if that makes sense.
Nah, definitely. No, I agree with that. I agree with that for sure. Big up Duncan in the building saying Arsenal should win the next game, and this is nothing but a blip. But when the games start coming back to back is when the performances could slack consistently. Yeah, very true. I heard a stat that Arsenal have had the same 7 players start every single game since the start of the season. That could become an issue. Yeah, I mean, as much as that's an issue, that's also a little bit of luck to be able to start every player for 20 games.
Yeah, there's positives and negatives in that. You know?
Yeah. So, you know,
Could I ask a question? Yeah. Out of the next 3 games that I've named that to you guys, it's in the space of a week. We've got obviously Brentford first, then on the weekday we've got City, and then on which is going to be probably one of the hardest games we're going to have away to Aston Villa because we know how they can play, right? Despite them losing this weekend. How many points would you boys take out of that? Not what you want, because we all want all. You know, do you know what I mean? All 9 points, but that's not possible.
7.
I'd
Where do
agree.
you see it?
7 or 6.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we're more than capable of getting a point out of City. Which, if you get a point, you've done your job. You maintain the 5-point margin as long as you win those other games. So, I'd say that should be the target. Like 7 should be like the realistic target. I think, because I think we should beat Bournemouth. It's Bournemouth. No, is it Brentford? Sorry.
Brentford, I hope, yeah.
Brentford. I think Brentford that might be a tricky game, but I think we should bounce back and take that game. And then Villa, I can see us beating City and then drawing against Villa.
I can see that as well. I can see that happening. It could happen, especially they've got Emery now as well. You know, Emery will want. You wouldn't mind fucking up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Why not?
Revenge.
Why not?
Yeah.
Why not? Duncan's saying Arsenal should beat City. City just pass for passing sake and don't seem to have anyone that is willing to make a killer pass. So you can just drop deep and hit them on a counter.
We don't play counter in football though. Arsenal don't. We like to build up. We are very similar to how City play. So it'd be weird to counter against them when we can have a high percentage of the ball, especially it being at home, if I'm not mistaken. You know, we can control that game really, but you know, we've seen
the Arsenal game is going to be so weird because you're going to be seeing 2 teams that almost try and play identically.
Yeah,
so that's what we did see in the cup game, and even though it wasn't a full Arsenal squad, it was more of a stronger City. They kind of cancelled each other out. I hated that game. Like I hated that game. Like it was a whole bunch of nothing throughout the whole game. You know what I mean? Like so, yeah. I'm not looking forward to it. Hopefully, we can get some points from that game. But I think Arsenal should be trying to be going for that full 9 points. City are weak right now. They're staggering. When someone's on the ropes, you try to taking your advantage, and Arsenal should do that. I think that we can't afford to drop any more points because the thing that has kept us moving the way that we are is that gap that we've created, and if that starts to slow down, we don't know how that would affect them mentally. Do you know what I mean? They might be like, oh, is this happening again? What happened last season? We don't know what could creep in. We don't know what the attitude is really right now. You know, whether it's only 1 loss in the league in how many games, in reality it's 2 back-to-back. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So we have to try and really pull the game back together, get back to the drawing board, get back to having a strong defense, a strong midfield that enables the front 3 to be free flowing. We need to get back to basics.
Yeah, no, 100%.
John, would you potentially make changes to this Brentford game on Saturday in terms of like the people who we expect, you know, to jump in, maybe Trossard, maybe the centre back, and maybe even Jorginho to come in and give Partey a rest for the City game? Do you see those kind of changes happening? Do you see Arteta was like, nah, fuck that. I've got my best 11. I'm sticking with that.
I think Trossard will come in. I don't think Jorginho will come in. He might actually. He could.
He could.
He might.
I think he should.
I think he might.
It's those 2 positions exactly, or those 2 players exactly that really didn't have a good game at the weekend. Partey and Martinelli. You know, they were both players that deserve to come off in reality. So I think that they could be ones that would be sacrificed, if any. Maybe someone in the back line as well.
I can see Martinelli possibly.
I can see Martinelli. I don't know about. And then
Yeah, because Martinelli will probably play against City. I can see
Kane.
that happen. But Partey, whilst he didn't have the best of games, he's still one of the players where like he's the hub in it. It's him and Odegaard. Normally, when they play well, we win. So
But I was just saying it from a point of view. I'm thinking that maybe he might be tired. Just might be tired. Might need a rest.
I don't even know if it's. I think it's just a bad game. Like I think it happened. Like we just got overrun in midfield that game. It wasn't just him. Like Odegaard wasn't at his best. He wasn't able to create. He wasn't able to link up with Saka because they cut that angle off. Like he was being tracked the whole way. It was even Iwobi was doing his job. McNeil was doing his job in tracking Saka. So that I'm not putting too much credence to like that display, meaning he's tired. I just think it was just a bad game. Like I don't think Jorginho playing is really an option right now. I think he would play when we get to like Europa League and stuff like that. You may see Jorginho play more because Partey will have to rest.
Yeah, he'll play those.
But yeah, as for like the immediate next 2-3 games, I can't see Jorginho immediately starting. Personally, I can see Trossard maybe starting the next game, but then because it just gives something. Martinelli, sometimes you just need to sit down just to see what else you can do. Because whilst, we'll mention it, like whilst you're running and the dribbling, the unorthodox dribbling is great, you also need to just add something else. And Trossard does have that little bit of like intelligence to like not always go round the outside of the defender. Sometimes mix it up.
Facts. And when there's a few people saying that Martinelli misses Jesus. What are we saying? Is that part of why he's struggling, or is that just giving him an easy excuse?
It's an excuse.
I feel like it's an easy excuse. Yeah.
You say the team misses because even a game like that, like Nketiah has been doing great, but just games like that just highlight what Jesus can add because just those kind of games where it's we're kind of just being cancelled out. Jesus has that little bit of ability just to drop deep, beat 2-3 players, 4 players, and go. And then it frees up space for other people. Whereas Nketiah is good. Don't get me wrong. He's been a very, very, very good in the time that Jesus hasn't been there. But that's something he doesn't necessarily have. Like, he has it to a degree, but he doesn't have the ability to just beat 3 man. And now their space is opening up. So I think it's a team thing more than a Martinelli thing.
But even if you look at it from a set piece point of view as well, what Jesus brings to the game, his positioning is great in the box. His movement is great. When he pulls off, when everyone's rushing towards the ball in a set piece, you always see him peel off to the back post and just linger because he just can anticipate the ball coming in there and he slots it in there. We're missing people who can do those sort of things in the box because we've got players who can have that movement in the box, but they're taking the corners or they're taking the free kicks. So, yeah, it will be good when he does come back. Hopefully, he's coming back quite soon. So, let's see.
Yeah, I think he's back in full training without the knee brace and stuff. So
is he?
Yeah, so probably 2-3 weeks away.
Okay.
Maybe less if we're lucky.
Now, to be fair, that's if he comes back by the end of the month, Arsenal will take that. To be honest, so it'll be interesting to see like when he comes back. It'll take him a couple of games, I'm guessing, to get back to top speed. But I'm guessing there's going to be a March international break as well, which they're always horrible.
At the end, yeah.
There is, isn't it? Yeah, they stink. But and obviously our April is quite tough because I think we've got Newcastle away, Chelsea at home, and then Man City away, like back to back.
It's tough.
So that's tough because obviously we're going to be playing against a brand new Chelsea team. As bad as they look, they still looked against Fulham on Friday because they were still horrible against Fulham. But they're still missing players. But I don't know. That's a weird £600 million rebuild that they've done over there. I can't lie.
Big up Fulham. That was a sick game. Big up Fulham.
That was a good game for 0-0, you know.
Huh?
That was a good game for 0-0. I can't lie. I actually enjoyed it.
No, but it's just the way that they played as well. Like They played like a team that was up in the top end of the Premier League. Do you know what I'm trying to say? They matched them toe for toe. I mean, some of the players really stood out. You know what I mean? Like Paulino and those players like that, and they really put in a hard graft. Loved watching players like him on the pitch. You know what I mean? Brings it back to them Sunday league games. You know what I mean?
Nah, he puts in a shift, bro.
But it's not just that as well.
He can play with his feet.
He's got skill as well. He's got as well. He knows what he's doing.
Nah,
he's smart on the ball.
Nah, he's good, man. He's good. But let's do some player ratings for Arsenal. I'll start with Ramsdale. I didn't have too much to do. I'll probably give him I think 6. I think 6 is fair. I don't think he deserves less than the 6. He didn't really do anything wrong, to be honest. So I'll give him a 6. Jalil Ben White.
4. Just below average for me, not average on the dot, man. I mean, I said at the beginning, like, maybe it was Saka not helping him enough at the back, because when it was Martinelli, he was doubled up. When it was Saka, he was doubled up, but they wasn't doing the same thing. So I know Saka was getting kicked and everything as usual, because he's one of those players that he doesn't get all the decisions, but him getting back off the floor, by the time he gets off the floor, Ben White's got 2 men on him around him and stuff. So that's not Saka's fault, it's not Ben White's fault, but Ben White just didn't look good, like, as a whole, man. I'll just be honest. And it's coming off the game against United as well, when he wasn't playing too well and got taken off at half time. So it's a blip in the system, man. He'll be back, but 4 for me, man.
Okay, 4 for Ben White. Jeff, Saliba.
Probably give Saliba 6.5. I think he was pretty good all in all. Didn't have the most to do. Like, Calvert-Lewin was winning headers, but not really doing anything, if I'm honest. I'll probably give him 6.5.
6.5 for Saliba. Jeff, Gabriel.
I mean, Rash.
Sorry, Rash. Yeah.
Probably the same. I think he was all right. I think he was good, putting the good balls through. He was solid. He was going toe to toe with their attackers. So they managed to pop off a lot of shots, more than we'd like to see. Even though they didn't do anything, it's not good to see. Do you know what I mean? So, but I don't think, besides, like, look, I think they only scored 1 goal. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah.
Yeah, 6.5. I think is fair for Gabriel. I think he played quite well. Zinchenko, what I give him? Not his best game. Tempted to give him maybe a 5. I didn't think he was that good, to be honest. Like, obviously, he always picks up good positions and he's key for the system, but I just didn't think he was that good, to be honest. I thought it was just kind of average. Obviously, Iwobi is not great on the right wing, but he was still kind of dangerous. And I was just thinking, if they had a proper right winger or any semblance of a right winger, there was quite a bit of space on that side to exploit. But again, that's naturally with Zinchenko tucking in as he does. That risk is always there to be had. But yeah, I'll give him a 5. I don't think he was terrible. I just thought he was average.
Agreed.
Jalil Partey.
Partey can hold a 4 as well, below average. I think Rash said the amount of times he's lost the ball. We've seen him play better in games, and we know what the level we expect from someone like Partey. To be fair, again, this is not me saying he's done like these other Arsenal fans saying, oh man, we're gonna lose, and self saying everything under the sun just to make themselves feel better that if we don't win a tie, we can just blame it on players. This ridiculous shit. But Partey will be back, man. He's too much of a quality, man. He's still up there with the best DMs in the Prem. That he's still up for discussion. I don't think he hasn't been as bad as a few others, but this is just another game, So he's had so many magnificent games. So I ain't worried,
Yeah, 100%. 4 for Partey. Jeff, Xhaka.
probably go over 5. That wasn't like his normal, or as of this last past year or so. Normally he's like quite effective in like joining the attack. I think it was just passive for the most part, but that was the whole midfield. So yeah, I'll go over 5.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I think there are times with Shaka when he gets in and around the box where you do see his limitations. He's still a bit stiff, and sometimes I think it does hurt some of our attacks against deeper blocks. But again, it's one game, so you can't kill him. Just one game. But yeah, I think that position still needs to be looked at for the summer. But because yeah, sometimes
Oh,
around the box, a little creativity could be helpful. But yeah, no, overall, yeah, 5 is fair. I think he was average. Yeah, Rash, Odegaard.
4.
I agree with that. I agree. Yeah,
Yeah.
he was very.
I don't think I need to elaborate. Yeah, the ball game.
Yeah, just poor, just poor. Saka, I'll give him a 6. I thought he was our most likely attacking player, to be honest. Um, Always very good at driving the ball near the box. That's a skill that other wingers, Martinelli, could learn from Saka in that aspect, how to receive the ball from a pass and automatically be in a position to run at the defender. Yeah, I thought Saka was not bad, to be honest. I'll give him a 6. I thought he was all right. That didn't have much help. I thought he was actually all right. Yeah, I'll give him a 6. Then Jalil Martinelli.
Um, yeah, Martinelli. I think we've been saying a lot of 4 today, and I think he fits into that 4. Signed a new contract with Arsenal, so that's quite great to see for.
You're making that 200K a week. What do you think?
How old is he?
21. He's still 21.
Yeah, I mean, for me, he's got such a high ceiling. He just needs to change a few things of his game. Running down the byline until you get to the line and cutting in and crossing it. I feel like he can add a bit more to his game, especially with having someone like Shinchenko there, for example, who can pass it into him and pop it off and stuff like that, or taking more shots and stuff. But I think that might be, excuse the pun, but a bit overrun by running like that. So yeah, 4 for me.
Yeah, 4 for Martinelli. I think that's fair. He's been a little bit poor last few weeks, so I think Trossard will probably come in for the Brentford game, and I think that competition hopefully will help him as well in the long run. And then Jeff and Ketia.
Probably go over 5, 5.5. I don't think he was completely dreadful. Worked hard, but did well to get that chance. But then just needed a little bit more composure on that occasion. Like, there wasn't any need to strike through it like that. Like, just get it on target, and you'll probably score. It's Pickford in goal. Like, come on.
Literally. But you know what? To his credit, the chance he created for Odegaard was actually good play.
Cut in,
That was really good play.
That was
what Martinelli should have been doing in terms of like, that's how you do it on the left. It's like he went over there like, could you just do this and fucking give it to me like this? I mean, Odegaard should have pulled it into the bottom corner or something. But yeah, like that was quite a good run from the kid. Yeah,
that was a good play. That was good play from Nketiah. So, but yeah, I think 5, just because of how badly he missed, maybe a 5 is fair. He's still a track.
That was a fucking bad miss.
It was a horrible miss. There was no reason to shoot like that as well. You could have side-footed it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why he tried blazing.
I understand the intentions. I understand the intentions. You wanted to see the net ripple just go.
I hear that.
Yeah, but yeah, I guess.
You know what? It was one of them finishes, that made me think this guy thinks he's going to get another 3 chances today.
Yeah,
bro, that's not such easy.
Bro, it was just so far wide as well. That was just a joke, bro.
It was horrible.
So far wide, and he was smiling afterwards. I was like, nah, man, don't be smiling.
That's what I'm saying, bro. It's like, I'm going to get another chance.
Yeah, this is Everton, who have got a new manager, and you know what? Everyone's on that new manager bounce. You know what I mean? Let's play for our places. New start, clean sheet, rubbish. You know what I mean? Got to put those away.
Yeah, but even with the burst he got away from the defender to get into that space was quite nice, and I thought, God, he's done this before, and he's done it a number of times this season to get those goals. But to whack it like that, bruv, chill the fuck out, cuz.
Yeah, he just needed to chill out there, man. But
Yeah, chill.
yeah, hey, you're not gonna score every chance, so can't
Yeah.
kill him. He's been doing a job. He's a deputy. Can't hate the guy, man.
Doing a real good job, man.
He actually has as a deputy. Big up YO in the building saying the prophet is back. Welcome back in the building, bro. Welcome back.
I don't know any prophets still like that though. Still.
Big up on MP saying my G's. Big up MP, bro. Hope you're good, my guy. But yeah, man, let's just touch on obviously the Man City thing quickly, the doping situation. Well, not financial doping situation that they're being accused of from 2009 to 2018. Obviously, there's different potential sanctions that people are throwing out there. Points deductions of past titles, points deduction this season, points deduction and relegation next season. Which one would you prefer to see?
I think, obviously, if you're an Arsenal fan, you want to see points deduction for this season. I think Juve went through the same thing and they got a 15-point deduction. However, I saw on Sky Sports, even if Man City got a 15-point deduction, they're still going to be above Chelsea and Liverpool, with a 32 goal difference as well, which is fucking hilarious. If I'm honest with you,
that is funny. I can't lie. They'll probably still make top four.
They're still in the run for top four. That's a funny thing about it. That shows you how bad these teams are. But I mean, you ain't gonna ask me twice, you know, in terms of what. Obviously, as an Arsenal fan, I'm gonna take the 15 points, which means the only person that we've potentially got a challenge to is United, who's in 42 points, who's like 2 points behind, 3 points though, 3 points behind. Which they're like, we're being real. We can discuss that as well today because I see a lot of. I ain't really been in group chats. I've been really busy. You know, I've been here and there just shouting a bit of stuff, but I've been really busy. But what I've been seeing from United fans is that Arsenal's gonna bottle it, and we're gonna overtake City and then overtake them to win the title. And I've seen it a lot, and I've seen it on Twitter.
I don't really believe that, man.
Yeah, going back to your question, so I just went off on a tangent there. I would take the 15 points deduction. I've seen it from Juve this season. Like, it's not gonna happen though, because the City, bro, they've got these lawyers, bro. Like, it's not gonna happen. So I don't know why I'm even smiling, thinking it's gonna happen. Do you know what I'm saying? It's not gonna happen. But yeah, that's what I'll take.
The thing is, I think the thing is, Juve's 15-point deduction, whether it happened or not, Napoli we're gonna win the league regardless. They were already like 13 clear.
Yeah.
So that one, for me personally, I wouldn't mind either a points deduction next season, this season, or preferably just kill them next season. I've seen people saying take 1 point away from them in 2012 and ruin the Aguero moment. Like, I'm like, nah, man. I'm like, nah, man. Don't do that, man. That's just like people have already started taking photoshops of if City get their titles expelled. I've seen like pictures of Suarez with a trophy. I've seen Martial with the trophy in 2018. I've seen some nonsense online, bro.
I tell you what, I don't think is going to happen. They ain't losing their titles.
Nah,
none of that rubbish and all that hope for Liverpool and Man United and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and all that stuff.
Yes,
you can have a dream, yeah, but the reality is sold separately. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think they'll get a points deduction.
It's not going to happen. I reckon no. That's what I reckon could happen, and a hefty fine, or no point deduction and just a hefty fine. And a ban from signings, and maybe even like before they had a ban from Europe for like 2 seasons, didn't they, beforehand or something?
They tried it. They tried it.
They won.
Well, they tried it and then they appealed it, didn't they?
They won.
They won.
But they can't appeal these decisions.
Nah, they can't.
So that's the difference.
Oh, they can't.
No, there's no. There's a thing that says there's no appeal
today. But even the points deduction thing, like, I can't see it happening this season because it took 4 years to build this investigation. You can't make the decision in a month, surely, or 2.
That's true. No, that's true.
Yeah,
that's
well, no,
true.
check it.
It's gonna be a long drawn out thing.
They had this. They charged them before, yeah. and City appealed that. So this appeal is them having to reinvestigate everything, which has then taken 4 years. And now they come back. They don't know what they wanted to do to City from a long time ago. Like, because they had we think you've been doing this, and if you've been doing this, this is what's going to happen to you. All right, we appeal your decision saying that we've done this. Okay, we'll dig deep so that we can prove beyond the doubt that you did it. And then they've done that now. So now they're like, yep. I reckon they've got probably a couple things on the table, and they're going to say, boy, you better choose one of them. And that's it. And they're all going to be nasty.
Yeah,
The thing is, I get this point from YO. He says if an athlete is found to be taking steroids, they strip their titles.
That's different.
I hear this.
That's different.
But that's different. That's the athlete. You know what I'm saying? I feel like if you strip the titles, I feel like that's unfair on the players that were playing. However, obviously, you're going to say they should never have had them in the first place if they weren't doping financially.
And, bruv, I even heard that it was to do with payments to the manager.
To Mancini.
Yeah, so it's not even the players. The players shouldn't be penalized for that. Go grab that guy. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
I think I saw something where there were years they were claiming they were making more money off from the Barcelona and Madrid. Now, obviously, like this is in like 2011. That's just ridiculous. That's when Barca and Madrid were at their peak. And like, I don't know. Why else say why is it different? I don't know, man.
Because if it's like
you're right, it might not be different. But
if it's an individual sport and like that person's responsible for like say 100 meters and they took the drugs, then surely that's a little bit different to 11 players over a 38 game season.
Yeah, they built a squad based on financial doping. This is I get what he's saying. I do hear it.
It's not financial doping, man. Them men are just shifting figures. You know what it is. Ain't that deep. They just got found out. Everyone's doing it. Yeah, like watching your club gets found out. Like Arsenal's been being investigated right now as well. Similar things.
And that is ironic as hell. Arsenal's all teams.
Imagine if they are on this point deducting thing. Yeah, imagine if they are on this point deducting thing, and Arsenal get found guilty for something like that, and the one time you could win the title, nah, brother.
I'll be real. If you're really an Arsenal fan, you shouldn't even want them to have their points deducted, because the same way. Look at Liverpool, right? They actually won the league. You know how everyone says the COVID league? Right? Liverpool were 20 points clear before COVID hit. They won the league fair and square in normal circumstances, but people still call it the COVID league. Imagine City now get docked 20 points. People are gonna ridicule this title forever. No one's gonna take it seriously. Yeah. When Arsenal say we won the league, they're gonna say, "Oh yeah, your biggest challenger got docked 20 points."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you're really a fan of your team, let's win it properly, man. So I don't know. That's just my opinion, but don't get me wrong. Some people will take it regardless. They'll go down to that parade shamelessly.
But you have to take you have to take it regardless. If it happens, it happens. You can't help it. But obviously, if you could go for it toe to toe and come out the victors, then that will have an extra nice feeling. You know what I mean?
No one can chat shit, man. No one can chat shit. What I was saying, bro, they literally faked sponsorships to show more revenue to afford more players.
Well, these Liverpool fans are on. Are you a Liverpool fan?
Yeah, Wyle's a Liverpool fan.
Yeah, these Liverpool fans are on it, bro. Like they're kind of like it's them who got robbed or it's bruv, chill. The titles wouldn't have come to you. Just chill, man.
Everyone ain't doing it. They've been proved to be doing it. Well, yeah, has to be set in stone. Yeah, they've been accused and they can't appeal. But until it's completely done, not much I can say.
The thing is, I 100% hear what YO is saying. I'm just saying, like, because I'm assuming YO, you want those titles, like, for example, the one Liverpool would have had in 2014, right? You would want that title. But I'm just saying, me personally, I'm like, bro, if you give me that title 8 years after the event, I'm like, I don't even want it anymore. Like that's dead. The whole emotion and everything has been taken away from it. But I do get why people are saying strip the titles. I do get that. I'm just like,
Yeah, but I reckon if they strip the titles, then no one won those leagues.
that's what I would say. I would say basically annul those years.
No one won them.
Even when you use the athlete example, like someone like Marion Jones or something, she like women 100 meters and she got stripped the titles. It don't stop that. At the time I was watching it, she won the titles. Like it don't really change that much. No, to me, it doesn't matter if you stripped her. She won it.
She won it. I saw it. It was on TV. Me and my family was watching.
The Ben Johnson one in 1988, whenever that one was.
Yeah, that guy. What was his name again?
Shout out to my cousin, but hey, that's a relative, you know.
I swear.
Ben Johnson.
Yeah, Ben Johnson.
So is he actually a cousin?
He's a relative from Jamaica, so he's related.
Oh, snap, man. I remember watching that documentary.
Mom's father's side.
I was creasing watching that documentary.
Yeah, them men there are jokers, bro.
I was like, yo, this is so obvious you cheated. It's laughable. Like,
hilarious, bro. Hilarious, fam.
Any club can break FFP, sign whoever they want, all the titles, and get no punishments. Thing is, I'm actually with you. I get what you're saying. I'm just saying, history is history, bro. Like, are you saying you want that Aguero moment stripped? Come on, man.
That ruins the Premier League. It don't. It don't ruin the Premier League because I still remember 10 years ago that Man City won it. So if you now tell me that the title is stripped, it still does nothing. Like, I don't understand. I don't even understand what it does. Like, I understand obviously, like it seems like there's preferential treatment with this FFP thing, but that's the way it was set up. Like PSG had been fined 50 million before, right? Chelsea had been fined 50 million before, right? And Chelsea has just spent 600 million.
Yeah. And they're looking to spend more.
Yeah, they're not done. It don't matter about emotions and what you saw. The facts are they won it by cheating, and the other team who came second deserved it.
Oh man,
who's the other team that came second?
Now, to be fair, he's not just talking about Liverpool. I know what you're saying. Right?
No. But it's Liverpool and Man United fans. I swear down.
He's not just talking about Liverpool, but I 100% hear what he's saying. I can't lie. Yes, I want that Aguero moment stripped. Hey, you're heartless, bro. I can't lie. You're heartless. You're heartless.
Yeah.
How can you want that moment stripped? I have a feeling a lot of clubs do things like that. If they investigate everyone, the whole league will get docked points. I think this is facts as well. Everyone's doing something dodgy.
Yeah.
You might not saying it's okay to cheat and win.
No, but we do. Nah. I'll say this just to say we.
Jeff, did you just say no? Jeff, did you just say no?
It's not okay to cheat and win, but life goes on, man. Like, I'm not gonna now retrospectively change history because someone cheated. Like it's happened. It's over. Like you can try and stop it going forward. I'm not gonna go back 10 years. Hey, Aguero's goal don't count though. Like,
forget that. Imagine if there was like, no, look, in reality, Maradona cheated. That's it. Hand of
got them out. Henri's goal when they scored for France, where it was off the pitch, don't count.
Yeah, handball. Yeah,
bruh. Like there's sometimes if it's happened, you just gotta let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Let go, man.
Cry me a river, man.
Yeah, man. No,
you man are gonna lose us. You man are gonna lose us fucking fans, son.
The thing is, I get what I'm fully with what Wayo is saying. I'm just saying, like, man, if I've seen the history happen, like, now you're telling me I need to wipe it away, like,
I'm not down with that as well. No, let's listen, Wayo. Look. Yeah, I know that don't go on, but what about this? Yeah.
Oh my god.
Hey, now, I hear it. I'm not mad
at
you.
There's no 3 titles. You won 1. Take your 1 and go down the street. There's no more that you win.
Cry me a river.
Listen. This is what I'm saying. I hear this. Yeah, it's like I think when someone's been caught out, they should be punished now. I don't think they should be punished for the past actions because. If you go and strip all the titles and give it to other teams, it just ruins football. What are you going to celebrate all your titles now and go out for a parade and then we're going to have a parade for the titles they won? It won't make sense, bro. That's all done. But what they can do is go for a punishment now and get their fines and then get their points deductions. No, I'm joking. But you get what I'm saying? Let them get punished now. Like, get their fines and whatever happens to them now. But whatever happens to titles and stuff, we're not going to go and celebrate them. Chelsea's not going to celebrate theirs if they have one. Liverpool, Gerrard's slipping. You think Chelsea will be like, oh, I didn't slip now and stuff? Like, we can't redo history. You know what I'm saying? It don't make sense.
Do you know why it is peak though? Do you know why it is peak though? Because City got found guilty of doing this madness over 100 times.
Yeah, that's
100 times.
100 times.
Over 11 years, 100 times, bro.
Why I'm with you. Long time I wanted to leave this podcast.
Let me just put a disclaimer though. Let me just put a disclaimer for YL's benefit. The doping records were found from 2009 to 2018. Two of the titles that YL wants are after 2018.
He still wants your league titles.
He doesn't give a shit. He doesn't care.
I can't lie.
Yeah.
Bro, all the times where you were close by a point, you don't now get the title. It is over.
92-point title ain't looking so nice anymore.
Done deal.
The actual title, bro.
Bro,
So
it's finished, man.
they might get caught out by that one. Juve had title stripped and got relegated. Yeah, that was bad. And no one. Yeah, in 2005
they did. Remember when Vieira and them man went down? Like they got relegated. Had to go Serie B.
Yeah, but wasn't that for like some sort of like gambling betting?
match fixing.
Yeah, match fixing. That's serious, man.
That's direct. Like if we really want to compare it, that is a direct impact on matches. Yeah,
like there's people on the pitch who are involved.
Yeah, the Man City one is indirect.
They're involved, bro.
Yeah, you know what? Actually, last question for YL. YL, is financial doping as bad as match fixing? If you say yes, then you have us. You have
no,
us.
you have you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Duncan.
Liverpool fans are
too from a Man United fan.
Liverpool fans are too emotional due to being 10th. Tell Klopp to put the glasses back on and fix the team. God damn.
Oh man.
I think, you know what? This might be a good segue into speaking about Liverpool. You know?
Yeah, I mean, let's multiple titles, my bro. I mean, listen.
Yeah, sleeping.
Yeah, let's speak about Liverpool, man. Obviously, lost to Wolves 3-0. Bad
What's
loss.
there to say about him?
What's happening, man?
Let's think about the place.
Jeff.
Salah got a new contract.
Jeff, what's going on over in Liverpool, man? Because I know you can see it from an analytical point of view. What's going on?
Bro, someone said it the other week. Psychologically, all them near misses probably is affecting the team, as well as the midfield is aging, as well as their top players are underperforming. Like, I think it's more than one thing. And the owner thing as well. I think it's like 4 or 5 different things. Like, obviously, Trent is shagging. Salah is shagging. The new signing hasn't hit the ground running. What's his Gakpo? And if I'm being honest, Gakpo is an average player. Like, he's not a marquee signing. Like, how it was like you bought him in January, like, oh, Gakpo. It's like, no, I watched this guy in Europa League. He's no good. He's got a good shot.
The World Cup, no good.
Yeah, like he's got a decent shot, but in terms of like what Liverpool need, no. Like, the Henderson is over the hill. That is confirmed. You need someone new. Trent is just overconfident and doesn't seem to care right now. That's Klopp's got to get together with him and like let him know that, bro. Like, I know you're the star man or one of, but you can get dropped too, because he at times he's not defending. Like, whereas people say he can't defend, he's not trying. That's the problem.
He's not even trying.
He stops in his tracks.
You don't see what Matoma did to him on the line.
I know, but he's just giving up on Matoma.
Right, he just looked at it and just ran up. He did. There wasn't even a defensive stance. There was no jockeying. He just ran over there and got turned. And now you're running back 30 yards. It's like, bro, this is senseless. Like, what you're doing is.
The thing with Trent as well is that it's not just the defensive side of the game. It's also offensively. I'm like, he's trying 3 or 4 passes a game. Now I'm like, bro, we get you can pass, but come on, like, he's trying outside the boot in the air, crosses into the box, and they're just spinning out a play. I'm like, bro, just calm down, bro. Like, you can.
That's
pass.
also Klopp's fault.
That's
to a
Klopp's fault.
degree.
Yeah, that's
Because
Klopp's fault.
he's the only the way that Thiago, as good as he is, Thiago is like Thiago, to me, he's one of my favorite midfielders. But Liverpool's way of attacking is always been Trent like tucks in, does that inverted roll, and then swings in these amazing crosses. And normally you have a Mane or a Salah who can finish this. Now Diaz got injured in the Arsenal game. It's Gakpo or it's whoever else you decide to put out there, Harvey Elliott. Not the same level of understanding. If that's your only way of attacking, this is not gonna work. Like Trent is a great crosser and passer of the ball. No matter how great you are, like someone has to understand your cross. You can't just keep swinging in crosses 66 times out of 90 minutes. It's not gonna work, and that's what's being proven.
Yeah, and obviously also with their ability to press has dropped significantly as well. They press nowhere near like they used to, and so much of their attacks before came from winning the ball so high that they had less to do in their attacking sense. Now, because of that, they're actually having to build up more, and that's not necessarily Liverpool's strengths in the build-up play per se. I would say injuries are playing a part too. Diaz, Jota. I think Fabinho was out the weekend. He's been playing very bad too. Fabinho's been playing bad. Van Dijk. I mean, Joe Gomez has fallen off a cliff.
Oh man,
he is,
and Matip too. I'll say Matip as of
that
recent,
was a horrible game.
Matip was bad for a while. It's just the limelight was taken by Van Dijk because Van Dijk is the marquee guy. Like he's Van Dijk, but the reason that Van Dijk also isn't so good is also because Matip wasn't so good. Like that was a successful partnership. Like in the past 2 years, people have also been saying that Matip is one of the best defenders in the league.
Remember, this is not to kill him, but I think it was last year or the year before. Lambert said the top 3 centre backs in the league are Van Dijk 1, Matip 2, Joe Gomez 3.
You see what I'm saying? Like, you see how sometimes things just age badly. Those are the top 3 a year on, because that can't have been over a year ago.
No, and Joe Gomez was never top 3
ever. Like Matip was probably never top 2. Like Matip was maybe top 5.
Top 5? Yeah, maybe top 5. Yeah,
on form. But Van Dijk is all right. We understand. Like Van Dijk, even off from his return season last season, that's just a great centre back. Would I put him as high as Lamps does in those greatest of all time lists? Hell no. But in terms of like the centre backs that are in the league right now, off form or on form, he's one of the best. It just is what it is. But yeah, the rest of that team, like Andy Robertson, has been average for the best part of a year, and that's one of the better left backs in the world. Like in left backs in the world, he's probably top 5, but he hasn't been playing well for a while. And last season, Tsimikas played way more than he should have because Andy Robertson wasn't as good as he should be. So and then all this like the faith that's been put. Oh man, Joe Gomez smokes too much trees. Hey, I can't disagree. He does. Yeah, he's living in wildlife. He's just going outside, just grabbing branches and leaves and just doing what he can do. Like, my God.
Yeah, but Matoma point on his arse the other day, bro. Yo, that was fucking nuts, bro.
Oh my God. Now, and these young boys, don't get me wrong, Harvey Elliott is a decent young player. There's no way he should be playing this many minutes.
Bro, don't you man think that nowadays there's like almost like too much of a want to play academy players when it's not necessarily always the best for them. Like even if you remember someone as talented as Wilshere, we sent him on loan to Bolton first, 6 months, great loan spell, come back into the team. If it was now, I bet you Wilshere would have played earlier than that because now teams are
playing. Remember he did. I remember when Wenger did try and play him and he was off the pace just because he's young and he didn't understand the pace of the game. He got red cards. He wasn't playing well. And then he went on loan. And then he got it together.
But it's like people nowadays look at if you go on loan like a demotion. Like it's like, bro, no, that's not the process.
These young boys. Yeah, not all of you are entitled. Don't get me. They bought Harvey Elliott, so it's a bit different.
Yeah, they bought Harvey Elliott, yeah.
Yeah, but he shouldn't be he's being used almost like how Milner was being used 4 or 5 years ago. Like he's just filling in places, and he's good. Don't get me wrong, he's a decent young player. He's got some potential, but you're playing too much. You're just playing too much. And what's my man's name? Bagajic. I can't say his name.
Pathetic, I think.
Yeah, him too. Like last 4 or 5 games, he's been featuring. No, sir, you shouldn't. You should sit on the bench and mind your business until it's time for you to play.
And he's actually a decent prospect. I do like him, but yeah.
What's Liverpool's forward's name again?
Which one?
That?
Liverpool's forward. What's his name again?
Nunes.
Gakpo or Nunes?
The centre forward, yeah?
Yeah.
The one who looks like he's playing football and something mad's going on in his mind at the same time.
No, I actually like Nunes, yeah. It's just
no, he is chaos.
Yeah,
that's why I like him. He causes carnage.
He's a character from a Ninja Turtle.
If they still had Mano, Salah, and Firmino, yeah, it wouldn't look that bad. But because you bought this guy for 100 million, you expected him to hit the ground running. This guy's missed like you see. Look in the Premier League app. It said by big chances he's missed like 19. I know it's double.
Yeah,
because I don't know what a big chance is. It's probably like 40.
It's so crazy. He's already made a statement saying, "Yeah, listen, I'm usually shit in the first year. I'm going to be good in the second."
What?
This has happened before. Yeah, like he made a statement. I'll try and find it for you, man, and put it in the group.
He's giving up already.
He basically said, "Yeah, I'm not worried about my current form because when I was at X club, I had a poor first season, and then the second season I come out and I was on fire. The same thing happened to me at blah blah, and so this is just happening. I'm expecting to bust basically in my second year." He's written this off, bruv.
That's not something you wear with pride.
Trust me.
I don't really understand.
What
kind of time? If that's true, what kind of time does this guy think he has?
Where?
Like, if
Liverpool contract lives to these guys, bruv.
Bro, real talk, he's lucky he's at Liverpool. Could you say something like that at Madrid? There won't be a second season, bro.
Even Chelsea, Werner, I thought was another decent player. Like he's good until the finish. Like that's what the same with Nunes.
What Werner was up with that, man? He couldn't score a goal for anything.
He's got like. You think Nunes' misses are bad? Please. Someone type in Werner misses on YouTube. You will see 20 minutes of gold.
Come like Sano goals. He used to miss player as well.
Sano goals. Oh my god. Nah, see, Wenger's my uncle, yeah, but there's sometimes he's got it wrong. Yaya Sanogo was horrible.
Yaya Sanogo is probably my lowest moment as an Arsenal fan. In terms of watching someone play, that's my lowest moment. That's as bad as it gets. That's as bad as it gets.
Right, so no, I swear me and you watched him play. I swear we ended up watching that guy play, man. Oh, man.
You watched him live. You watched him live.
I've seen him live too. I've seen him live. Yeah.
Where is he now?
Well, probably a postman. Did he want to be a postman?
Let me find this. Nah, I want to actually see where this guy is. And how dare he be named Yaya as well?
Oh, yeah, that killed it as well, man.
Oh, he's okay. Someone guess where Yaya Sanogo is, please.
Nah. Just laughing too hard.
Just give it a guess. Just give it a guess.
What, Gibraltar or something?
No, just guess the country. Hey, you're not too far off. Just guess the
country.
country.
Turkey. Second tier.
Too high.
Way too high.
Austria.
You're in the right. You got an A. Yeah, Jalil's in the right ballpark. It begins with an A.
Armenia.
There it is. He plays in the Armenian league for a team called Urartu.
Oh man.
I'm probably making more money than him.
You know you are, man. You know you are.
No. Well, yeah, he's got 0 goals and 0 appearances. So I think he just moved there, and he was on loan at Huddersfield in 2021. And
what did he do there?
Anyone want to guess how many goals he scored?
4.
Well, he had 9 games. There it is. 0.
My guy has no goals, right?
Damn.
Hey, bro, it's madness. Like, my God, Like, he really got to
Hey,
say he played at
what's his
Arsenal.
record at other teams? I just want to know.
All
that.
right,
What's
let's
his
just
record?
run through this. I'll take you from the top of his career. He started at Auxerre B, okay,
Yes.
from 2009 to 2012, 15 goals and 31. Good return,
Jeez,
not bad.
good.
2010 to 2013. Please note the length of years and games. 21 games, 11 goals. I repeat, 21 games in 3 years and 11 goals.
Oh, I thought you mean in a season.
No, sir. No.
That would
And
be
then
good.
let's go back up. Auxerre B, it was 31 games in 3 years. So this guy's averaged 10 games per season in the first spell at Auxerre B and 7 games a season in his spell at the Auxerre first team. Then Arsenal, 11 appearances, 0 goals. This must be like league because I remember he scored a few games in that Champions League and that. But that explains it. So 0. That's 11 league appearances in 4 years, by the way. So that's what is that?
He's a terrible alternative. He's one where they're like, nah, maybe we can cope.
And now Walcott's injured. Tell him stay on, bro.
Injury. Stay on. Just walk.
Fight that off. But yeah, then his next 4 loan spells: Crystal Palace, 10 appearances. Ajax. Oh, you expected me to say goals? No, there were no goals. Ajax, 3 appearances. Then young Ajax. I repeat, young Ajax. So unless the Youngs bought a club, I don't know what young Ajax is, but 0
young. It probably means young, or something like that.
Under 14s.
Tiny Ajax.
Wait, how many goals did he get for them?
Oh no, I've told you the 3 loan spells that I mentioned: Palace, Ajax, and young Ajax. He hasn't scored. There's no goal. Then he went to Charlton for a year. So let's just put this in perspective. Championship has 46 games.
Mm-hmm.
He played 8 and scored 3.
Good.
And then Toulouse.
That's a good return.
Yeah, it's close to 50%. Ain't too bad. Like, 37.5% return. Not too bad. Toulouse, 63 games played from 2017 to 2020. This is the most games he's ever played at a club.
Nah, that's amazing.
And then he's got 12 goals in 63 games. For him, outstanding return.
Fantastic.
But yeah, he's represented France from under 16s all the way to under 21s. So somewhere, people saw potential in this guy. It wasn't just Wenger.
Damn.
But
Yaya
Sanogo, he's now 30 and he's playing in Armenia.
Damn, is he still 30?
He's 30, yeah, man.
Damn, he's still young.
He's 30.
Fair enough, man.
But yeah, he's not even our worst
career. What a career though! He went everywhere. Like as a footballer,
yeah.
He traveled the world.
About, he saw the sights.
He went to Kim Kardashian and them and there's home country. He's there now.
Yeah, he's there right now, chilling.
Yeah, you can say that. Yeah, he's really traveled the world. Yeah, man, great career.
Anyway. YL saying Nunes is a baller. He will come good next season.
Yeah. You read the same thing that I did.
That's funny.
We have a lot of issues coming at the same time. Age, downturn in form, injuries, and overall lack of investment. If the owners don't invest, Klopp will go. That's probably true.
Klopp's made mistakes, but those owners, they did him dirty too, man. They did.
Yeah, no, 100%. 100%. You can't judge man when the whole team looks poor. That's also fair.
Well, some people are actually saying that Klopp might walk, you know.
He might walk.
I think he will.
He could walk.
64 and 85. Okay, my bad. So it's 100 million euros, I was saying, right?
Yeah, 100 million euros.
Pounds.
Yeah. Still. Klopp pulls that surprise face whenever Liverpool score. Like he is surprised and he goes into the press conference and gets triggered by questions. Jesus.
Wow.
Klopp is a frustrated man. You can tell he's fed up with FSG. Trent is stealing a living. Man gets moved to move to game after game and then just goes and gets his head on and comes back and puts it on.
Oh my god,
Well,
man.
Yeah.
yo,
Donkey's a United fan, by the way. Perspective.
makes sense. Yaya Sanogo should surely have played in a different position.
Yeah, bedroom.
Yeah.
Roll up some socks and use the goal as use your door as a goal and score there.
Jesus. Hey, poor Yaya Sanogo, man. Can never kill another black man. Big up Yaya Sanogo, man.
No, I don't support that message.
Black people every day, man.
Oh my
You all right?
wow.
That's right.
Guys,
No, I'm joking.
Yaya Sanogo, listen, man. I had to pay Sky and watch you by force. I actually need some money back for every season you spend at Arsenal. Where I had to pay for Sky, but I don't think BT Sport was around too tough back then.
Nah, it was this guy, yeah.
But you owe me. I probably was paying like £80 a month at the time. You owe me. I'll invoice you. Don't worry, man. I'll invoice you.
Not that you probably got the money to pay it.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Come on.
Well, I'm not for it paid. I'm just saying maybe for a charity we might just allow that one still.
Hey, Sanogo.
Sanogo has been killed today.
Sanogo, we love you. We thank you for the memories.
Gunners for life.
Gone off for life, man. You're welcome back at the Emirates anytime, man.
You might have to pay for your seat, but
Yeah.
you can come back.
But we know you're having hardship, so
No.
Oh my
This is a killing.
I think only Loris has been killed more.
Oh man.
He got lucky.
yeah.
He's lucky they couldn't feed Haaland, boy. They didn't even give Haaland any pass. I think Bernardo Silva might have a problem with Haaland. He actually doesn't pass him.
Never looks up.
Bro, he
Basically
looks
not
at
the
him
game.
and he'll just play it to like Grealish. And it's like, wait, bro, you see him, he's one on one.
Bernardo Silva don't really play through balls, you know. He ain't that type
Yeah,
of
he
player.
don't. He's more
You know what he do?
retention, but
Yeah,
he's
likes-
been on another note, he's been really subpar this season.
He has.
Season's
cool.
on.
Just on the low. Like it's that it hasn't really been highlighted because obviously Haaland is mostly the City news at the moment. Like I'll say this, Haaland, I've never seen a guy score 25 goals at the halfway mark but be starved of service. I've never thought I'll see this in my life. We're 20 games in, or 21 for City. I think he's played every game. He scored 25 goals, but in the game the other day, he had 26 touches.
Yeah, and that's no surprise. That's actually quite high.
And that's not his. And the same way that I said about Lukaku last season, where he had 9 or 10, it's not
7.
all your fault. Or is there 7? Like,
Yeah.
it means your team are not like this is the most creative team in the league. They scored 53 goals. You can't find your striker that you spent 60, 70 million on at all.
Yeah, it's mad, bro. It's mad, but
They're all
I mean,
playing in the
speaking on Haaland, obviously Harry Kane became Spurs' all-time top scorer.
Mhm.
And that created a question I've seen going around. Harry Kane, top 5 Prem striker all time, yes or no? What do you man think?
I just want to say one thing. Harry Kane becoming Tottenham's all-time top goal scorer means absolutely nothing to nobody and nothing in the world of anything. It means nothing.
Who had the title
What does it
before?
mean? No, did they achieve anything from your goals? No. Who cares?
Jimmy
Man.
Greaves?
My God.
Jimmy
That's
Greaves.
the other guy they talk about a lot.
Yeah.
Whole bunch of nothing. Does anyone
Yeah.
care? I don't.
I can't lie. The way they had him speaking in the middle of the stadium afterwards, I was
cringe.
like, it was a bit cringeworthy. I was like, I legit thought you won the Champions League. That's how cringeworthy it was.
Well, man needs to beat Shearer or shut up. Yeah,
And
Beat
he
Shearer.
will.
He will
Yeah,
beat.
he will. And when you do that, we'll chat. But shut up and just Tottenham top goal scorer. If man, so what? If man got moved over to Brentford and became their top goal scorer, that means something. Who cares, bro? Who cares?
I hear
Bro?
that. I hear that.
But
So what
he
you saying?
might be top
Premier
five.
Bracket ever? What you saying?
He might be top 5. And yeah, it's a credit to him that he's done this at Spurs. Because Spurs are never really fighting for anything. They've probably fought for the title once in his time there, and then they ended up third, I believe.
But listen,
So,
I reckon that a lot of the reason why Harry Kane is because he went to Spurs. Yeah, and I believe it's because he had to be the sole slinger. Yeah, like they looked to him all the time to throw balls. When Bell and that was on the pitch, they were looking to him. He was, do you know what I'm trying to say? It's whoever they look to get the goals because they're never full of goals, you know. So I think he's got an advantage being there, being the team scorer basically. Do you know what I mean? And he's taking advantage of that, and well done to him for doing that. But I think if he was in a team where there's a couple goal scorers, like good goal scoring midfielders and a couple forwards that banging goals. I mean, we see it when he plays for England on the goal tallies. You know what I mean?
oh no, he beats goals. They're not important, but he beats goals.
Yeah. But
for England,
his involvement in the game and stuff like that. If he was to transfer his involvement in a game where he's on the pitch with really talented players, like if he was in a club team, he might be benched a few times. You know what I'm trying to say? But and someone who could actually move at the right pace that for the whole club. But yeah, anyway, he's got an advantage being at Tottenham. I think anyone would. I would. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So well done, capitalized. Well done.
He beats goals.
Yeah, yeah. Obviously, no trophies, but yeah, I think he's got a case to be fringe top 5 all time. I think he's got a case. What do you think, Janelle?
I'd have him. I'd probably have him in my top 5. I'd probably have him there.
Yeah, we'll do this properly, but I think there's only 2 or 3 that I can say automatically in my head that I'll put ahead of him.
I got 3
yeah.
maybe. I got 3. I think that certified ahead of him.
Who's your 3? Just I want to see if it's the same 3 as mine.
Be Henry, Shearer, and Van Nistelrooy.
Ooh. Okay, Henry, yeah. I had Aguero higher than him.
Oh yeah, and Aguero.
Suarez.
And I had Suarez higher than him.
Actually, how long Suarez been in the league?
3 years.
He done damage. He done
3.5 years.
Huh. Okay. Yeah, maybe I need to really think about this because maybe he's not top 5. Maybe he's fringe, like you said.
Van
Nistelrooy one. Maybe it's just because I'm married to that era where Man United were destroying Arsenal's dreams every chance they got. So, but yeah, that one just stood out. I might be wrong though. I'm open to being wrong with that one.
Sounds like we need to do a top 10 striker Premier League show soon.
That's right. It's that time again.
Yeah,
it's that time again. We need to do the top 10 youngsters though. I know people are waiting for that one. People are waiting for that one.
Yeah.
In the world.
Yeah, from 1 to 10. Wiles saying I'm the all-time top scorer of the Royal Old Pub Sunday side, organizing a speech in the pub and inviting Cage.
Oh man!
Congrats, bro! Congrats, you're the top scorer somewhere, bro. You're good on history, bro.
Probably means more than Kane.
Definitely.
Hey, don't underplay yourself, man. But yeah, man. Listen, let's wrap it up with the man and forward of the weekend. So Jalil, I'll come to you first. Who's your man of the weekend and who's your forward of the weekend, bro?
They're both going to managers for me.
Okay.
Sean Dyche gets the man of the weekend for me. Coming to your first game against the leaders, Arsenal, who, if we all were to, I mean, if anybody was a better person, I know a lot of us don't bet here, but if you was betting, you would bet on Arsenal to win that game against Everton, 100%. You bomb the league, easy 3 points. Yeah, is what it is. But for Sean Dyche to do that and utilize a tactic to put it in deep, win headers, and one of them come off, and then they defended really well. You kind of have to give it to a manager like Sean Dyche. For the weekend, it goes to a guy who drives around Liverpool, trying to get 3 points. speeding everywhere. There's a limit of 30 miles per hour, going 40 trying to get 3 points on because you can't get it. And I saw something on Sky Sports since the World Cup happened, or since the New Year. I think the World Cup and New Year, I just saw it because I was looking for my phone. Liverpool have the least amount of points. That is bizarre. And the goal difference is -8. That is scary for a Liverpool fan.
And the top goal scorer is the Leicester defender with 2.
That's crazy. So, yeah, that forward goes to... I'll give it to Liverpool as a whole, man. I can't just give it to the manager. But, yeah, and I'll give it to Everton for team of the weekend. I'm going to give it to.
Okay, that's... why I was saying, by the way, Robert Van Persie's greater than Kane. I also agree with that.
That's enough. Yeah, Kane might not be top 5, man.
He might not be top 5. He might not be. All right, Jeff, who's your man for the weekend? Jalil gave us 2 good ones. What are you saying, bro?
Man of the weekend, might give it to Matoma. For continuing his good form. It's one of the good pickups in the past year. What was it? Cost 2 million or something like that, or maybe less. And he's been so good. They were happy. They didn't mind selling us Trossard because they got this guy doing bits out there. He ain't gonna be there long. But yeah, shout out to him. He's cold, man. And then fraud of the weekend, only because he got sent off, is Romero. That what he was doing on the yellow card was nuts. I was watching it because he's good, he's really good. But some of the decisions he makes, even his challenge. Who did he take? He took out Haaland, right?
Yeah,
for absolutely no reason.
No reason.
His own half, and he wiped him out. And then, most people, you walk on eggshells for the rest of the game because you don't want to get sent off. He looked like he wanted to get sent off in one of their biggest games of the season. So for that, you have definitely earned fraud of the week. Well done, Christian Romero. You done really, really well, mate.
Yeah, that's a fair one. He was playing that first yellow on Haaland. Just if you want to see madness, just watch that. That is crack.
Amazing.
Rash, man and fraud of the weekend, bro. What are you saying?
Man of the weekend, I will give it to old frog in the throat, mate Dyche. Well done. Welcome back to the Prem.
It's a good one.
I hated you when you was in the Prem, and I hated your style of football. And I remember we used to chat about it all the time, about his anti-football. But you know what? You're back and you did what you did against Arsenal. Congratulations. You've done what many in the league haven't been able to do. So congratulations. Hopefully no one's learning. And fraud of the week, this is nothing malicious, I swear down. But to be twerking all over the internet and then to try to commit and then to then afterwards snake the thing and go to the ops and then put in a 45 minutes with a bunch of zeros. 0 completed passes, 0 completed runs, 0 dribbles, 0 this, 0 shot, 0, 0, 0. It is Mudryk. And there's no shade. No shade. I mean, maybe you're just taking it hard because, you know, all that N-word stuff has come out now and you got to go to rehab or something like that within Chelsea. I don't know. You suit being at Chelsea. They're used to that language over there. Do you know what I mean? So what I'm trying to say is this. Mudryk, it's no shade, but that is poor. You can't cost what you do, hype how you have been, and pull out a game of zeros. It's just horrible.
Pudrick, you know.
Someone called him Pudrick, someone called him Midrick. Yeah, man. It's so I watched the game. He hardly got the ball, to be honest. And
horrible, man.
Yeah. It was crazy that Paul took him off half time, though. I can't lie.
That was wild. Even his but his touch was off. He was taking when he was trying to run for the ball. He had a couple times when he looked dangerous, but there was a lot of time when he was seemed like he just didn't know where to be position wise. He was chasing the ball like a headless chicken sometimes. They were passing it around him. Yeah, he just didn't really get into the game. Didn't complete nothing. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's 2 fair ones. I think man of the week, I'll give it the same. I'll give it to Dyche. I think welcome back, Dyche. And through the weekend, I'll probably give it to Klopp and Liverpool. I think they deserve it just because you can't lose at Brentford 3-1 and then Brighton 3-0 and then Wolves 3-0 and never get through of the week. Like, that's a bad stretch. But honorable mentions, I think Pep is up there because I don't know what he's doing with his formations. And then probably the funniest picture I saw all weekend is there was a tweet from like 3 months ago saying, because someone told these two clowns to get off the pitch and not stop the game. And someone added a picture of Conor Gallagher and Mason Mount. And to be honest, yeah, man, I can't
they've been
Mount
stinking up the place.
Conor Gallagher, I genuinely believe he's top 5 West midfielders in the league. I don't care.
Ooh.
He is diabolical. He is the nightmare midfield. If there's a midfielder, you know how they say create your atypical midfielder you dream of. He is the exact opposite of everything I want in a midfielder.
Oh, actually, I realize you like techie, but that his technique.
Nah, but he takes it to a different level, bro. He takes it to a different level, bro.
If he's a dangerous
He's
midfielder,
alright.
he will run through you or fly through you because he kicked the ball and now he's stretching. He's gonna break someone's legs because he's shit at Chelsea. He's good at Palace, but yeah, I agree with you, John. I hate the way he's playing right now. I don't like it.
It's horrible. It's horrible to see, man. Horrible to see. And big up YL saying Jeff is through of the week for back in City. Hey.
I'll take it, man. No problem.
Can I just say something before we cut? Just want to say, thoughts and prayers goes out to Christian Atsu, who was caught up in the rubble in the earthquake over there in Turkey. Also, prayers go out to every single person out there as well who is suffering, who's caught up under the rubble, caught up in the earthquake, lost homes, lost loved ones, who are out there trying to make good of a bad situation. Our thoughts and prayers go out to all of you out there.
Yeah, no, 100%. And I think it was Syria as well, isn't it?
Yeah, Syria as well, Turkey and Syria. So prayers to both.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Crazy.
Everyone here echoes that message. Anyone who's lost any loved ones, thoughts out to the families, and anyone who's under the rubble, prayers that hopefully they can be alive. Fingers crossed. Definitely all our thoughts are with everybody there. So well said, Rash, and well pointed out. Thanks for bringing that up, man. People, listen, it's been a great show. Thanks for the engagement as always. As we said at the beginning, we're only 5 subscribers away from 400. Let's try and get there by the end of the week. Share RBT with your friends, families, everyone who likes football. Even if they don't like him, we want to be on 400 by the end of the week before we then try and tackle 500. We'll be back with a show later this week, so keep an eye out for that. Follow us on all of the socials, and big up everyone who's tuned in, and smash a like on your way out. We out. Peace.
So,
peace.